living longer, living healthier, living better than ever before. Welcome to Mountain Pacific's Healthy Living for Life, a weekly series that gives you the information, education, and expert insight you need to become an active participant in today's ever-changing healthcare climate. Here now is today's program host.
Winter weather and cold temperatures are here, making it difficult to get outside and exercise. But did you know exercise is safe for almost everyone? Welcome to Healthy Living for Life, a show dedicated to helping you do just that. I'm your host, Colleen Roylands, and today we'll be talking about various ways we can make sure we keep up our exercise program even during winter. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Healthy Living for Life. Joining us today is Mary Bushkuhl, the owner of Mary's Fitness, and she's also a certified strength and conditioning specialist. Mary, thank you so much for joining us. It's nice to have you back.
Thank you, Colleen. I look forward to hopefully helping motivate people.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's start with just some basics about physical activity and exercise. I've seen some studies that say even 15 minutes of exercise can be really helpful and improve health. My question is, how often do we need to do that, and does that change as you get older?
Well, asking someone to participate in physical activity for 15 minutes a day is not too much to ask. Trying to move at least 7 days a week can only help you feel better. So the answer to your question is try to do something every day.
And if you do something every day, what are some of the benefits, overall benefits, that seniors and folks getting a little bit older could see?
Well, in our culture, the message that we're given is, as you age, slow down. But my message is pick up your pace, because we are starting to decline. And the more that you work on improving your stamina, your strength, mobility, balance, coordination, reaction time, and breathing, you're only going to feel better.
Yeah, that makes good sense. So, why is it so important to exercise and keep up your program for your mental and physical health during winter?
Well, in study after study, exercise has been shown to be more effective than medication in dealing with depression. So just getting moving is going to help you. One of the things when you exercise or just do any kind of physical activity, you have a sense of accomplishment. So psychologically, you feel better. You improve your circulation, and when you move, you deal with cold temperatures a lot better.
All great benefits. So if you're a beginner and you haven't really started a program, what advice do you have?
Well, first and foremost, talk to your doctor. Usually a doctor will give you 2 high fives, do a flip in the exam room, something like that, because they want you to move. And then the next thing is to seek out an expert who understands functional aging and what to do to help you age more effectively. And that could be a physical therapist, a personal fitness trainer. You can even go online and look up videos that deal with either active aging or functional aging.
So there are a lot of key components to an exercise program. There's flexibility, balance, strength training, aerobics. How do you divvy that up? And do you need to do that, all of those every day? Do you switch between them? How does that work best?
Well, as we age, our physical capacity starts to decline. So making sure to stimulate our heart, our muscles, work on our balance and coordination, stretching our muscles, improving our reaction time or stimulating our reaction time, and breathing, we're going to slow our decline. And it's important to try to pick maybe 2 or 3 of those every day. You don't have to do it all every day. Just to do 2 or 3 of those things to improve your overall physical capacity.
So if we go back to the 15 minutes, you could do 5 minutes of 3 different things, for example?
Yeah, that would be good, yes.
Okay. I hear a lot about the debate. What time of day is the best time to work out? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we're all different. And I am a morning person. And if you ask me to do something after 4 p.m., all bets off. I will not do, I just can't do it unless it's stretching or meditation. But now some people aren't early morning people, and mid-afternoon or later in the evening is better for them. So you decide what is best for you.
That makes good sense. And in the winter, a lot of us, me included, kind of move into hibernation mode. Do you have any advice on how we can motivate ourselves and stay out of that mode?
I deal with this question a lot with my clients. And one thing that I tell them is just pick one exercise. Just do one exercise, whether it be standing up and sitting down out of a chair 10 times. And you go, okay, that's what my goal is today, is to do that. And then you do it. And then you go, well, wait a minute. I can do another thing. And then you might do that and you go, oh, wait a minute, I could do another thing. So, but give yourself one exercise to complete and tell yourself that's good enough.
And just keep building on that.
And just keep building on that.
That's good advice. Mary, we're going to take just a short break. Thank you for all the information. And when we come back, we'll talk with Mary a little bit more about how you could potentially move your exercise program indoors, and then later, maybe you could brave the cold and move outside. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Mary Bushkuhl is still with us, talking about how we can keep our exercise program going during the winter. So Mary, how can you move your exercise program indoors? Where are some places you can go?
Well, the obvious places are like the mall. If you have a YMCA, getting inside to the YMCA or any of those big box gyms that are out there. If your city has a recreational center, that would be great. Or even if you know someone who has an indoor arena, getting in there as well.
If you want to join a gym, for example, what are some of the considerations you need to keep in mind when you're choosing the right gym for you?
First off is find out if they offer classes or if they have a personal fitness trainer who specializes in functional aging or active aging for people 55 years of age and older. That's my biggest recommendation.
All right, you're at the gym, you're ready to go. What are some of the best ways to warm up before you really get into it?
Well, perform rhythmic movement. That can be walking, marching in place. You can get on a bicycle or use an arm bicycle. If you are wearing headphones like I am or earbuds like I am, you can turn on some music and kind of dance around if you don't feel too self-conscious about that in a gym.
Oh, that's great. I want to just see everybody dancing around in the gym.
Yes.
All right, what if you need to work out at home and you don't have any exercise equipment, you don't have weights? What are some suggestions for how you could work out at home effectively?
Well, marching in place, like I said, for warming up. If you have stairs, you can do step-ups where you step up and down on the first step. You can even climb a flight of stairs and then come back down. That's a great way. You can use your kitchen countertop to do push-ups. You can get down on the floor and back up off the floor. That's a big concern for older adults, is knowing that you can get down on the floor and back up off the floor. And that requires a lot of strength. You can even grab, 16 or 15 ounce cans of vegetables and use those to do upper body exercises.
Are there some places you can go where you could find different ideas for indoor activities? YouTube, for example?
Well, yes, YouTube definitely has videos out there that help you. And when you look at YouTube videos, look for functional aging videos or active aging videos or videos for older adults. Even like my studio, Mary's Fitness, has a Mary's Fitness Studio channel, and I have posted a lot of older adult exercise classes that you can access for free.
That's of great benefit to the community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So before the break, we mentioned some of the different components of a health or exercise program, balance being one of them. Can you give us some specific exercises that we could do to improve our balance?
Well, for static balance, that means standing in place. What I usually have people do is start by standing with their feet as close together as they can, and then closing their eyes and seeing if they can balance with their eyes closed. If you can do that, then you stand with what I call heel to toe, where you have one foot in front of the other, and you try to balance that way. Make sure you know that you're capable of balancing with that one foot in front of the other for a minute before you even attempt to close your eyes, because otherwise you'll fall over. Another thing is dynamic balance. And what I mean by dynamic balance is you're walking, stepping over your pet at home. That challenges your balance. If you're in a parking lot, stepping over a parking curb, going outside and changing your the surface that you're walking on, go from concrete to dirt, go up hills, do all those kinds of things to challenge your balance.
Let's move on to flexibility. Okay. Ideas for improving flexibility.
Well, as we get older and we don't move as much, we have a tendency to sit longer and round our shoulders. I mean, even in standing, we round our shoulders. If we're driving a car, we round our shoulders. So any exercises or stretches that help you to stretch and open your chest muscles. Also, stretching out your hip flexors and your quadriceps. That's on the front side of the thighs. And then your calves as well. Those are the four main areas. Chest, hip flexors, quads, and calves are the four areas that I really would encourage people to work on.
All right, we have just about a minute left, Mary. Let's talk. Okay. Let's switch over to strength training and building muscles.
Okay. Like I had mentioned before, countertop push-ups are really a great sit to stand. So sitting down on a chair and trying to stand up without using your hands. Again, getting down onto the floor and up off of the floor is very important. If you have a laundry basket, picking the laundry basket up off the floor with good mechanics and then setting it on a shelf at shoulder high, that helps to strengthen not just the shoulders, but also your core, because you have to learn how to stabilize and brace your core so that you don't hurt your low back.
All right. Excellent advice, Mary. Thank you so much for that. We do need to take another break. But when we come back, we'll continue talking with Mary and talk a little bit about what are the benefits of working out outside when it's cold. Stay with us. Welcome back to Healthy Living for Life. Mary Bushkuhl is still with us, talking about how we can exercise during the cold winter months. Mary, how can you help your body recover, or is there special care we have to take if we're going to exercise outside in the cold?
Well, to help you recover from an exercise bout, I would encourage you to eat a protein-rich meal following exercise. Protein helps you to rebuild what you've broken down while you were working out. You want to drink fluids throughout the day, especially water. So if you're only a coffee drinker, try to get in like a cup of coffee, then a glass of water in between. If you do exercise outdoors, I encourage you to don't dilly-dally outside right after the bout. Get indoors because you want to get in before you catch a chill.
You mentioned hydration. Do you have to drink more or less before, during, or after your workout because you are in cold weather?
Well, we have a tendency to think that we don't need as much fluid in the cold weather because we're not sweating. And as we get older, our thirst mechanism doesn't work as well as when we were younger. So drinking fluids throughout the day is important. But I usually encourage people 20 to 30 minutes before an exercise bout to drink about 8 ounces of water, so that will help them during exercise. If you exercise for less than 30 minutes, you really don't need water during the exercise. But if you plan on being outside longer than 30 minutes, I encourage you to bring water with you and sip it every 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, here's a question that might be a little bit off topic, Mary, but
okay.
Can you outwork a bad diet?
I hate to say this, but no. No one can outwork a bad diet. You've got to go to work replacing some of the foods that have too much sugar or not enough nutrients with foods that have are more nutrient dense. Like if you have a piece of candy, or if you like to eat candy throughout the day, maybe replace one of those bouts of wanting to eat candy with a piece of fruit.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I've tried to do that for a long time, you know. Let's go.
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. Is it actually good for us to work out in colder temperatures?
Well, if you have lung issues, stay indoors. And I know this from personal experience. But for the rest of us, I encourage you to check the weather. If the weather or the temperatures are such that they're not dangerous to be outside working, then go out and, there's no such thing as bad weather, as they say, just bad clothing. So, bundle up and hit the road.
All right, we talked about some of the indoor activities we can do. What do you recommend for exercising outdoors?
Well, walking, definitely. Walking with walking sticks or trekking sticks. I just saw an older gentleman out walking yesterday, and he had trekking sticks, and or trekking poles, I guess you could call them. Hiking, getting out into nature, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and if you really love the cold, then maybe getting on a bicycle, which I have no desire to do at this time of year. Outside, that is.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Mary. So are there any precautions that you should take before you venture outside to exercise?
Mainly, again, find out what the temperature is outside. Make sure that it is not dangerous to be out there for physical activity. And usually your local weather man will let you, or woman will let you know about those temperatures. Another thing, is it icy or snowy? those kinds of things. I try to figure out a way to stay indoors when there's ice and snow out there, just because of the fall factor.
Yeah, that makes good sense. So one of the things I was thinking of is if you are, and you mentioned this, if you have lung issues, you should stay indoors. Are there any other conditions where you really are better off exercising indoors?
Well, if you are at a high fall risk, then definitely stay indoors. Let me think, what else? Or if your doctor says, I want you to stay indoors, then definitely follow your doctor's orders.
All right, Mary, we get it. We're out there exercising. We've got our routine. How long is it going to be before we start seeing results?
Well, be patient. So just because you worked out one day doesn't mean everything changes. Give yourself at least 3 weeks before you start seeing changes. And find out what changes you want to see before you realistically want to see. So if you want to lose 3 inches in your waist, it's not going to be 3 weeks. You've got to give yourself realistic things. And some of the things I tell my people is, are you feeling like your stamina is improving? Do you feel like you can do more? Are you able to lift more or lift longer? Are you able to balance longer? Those are the kinds of things I tell people to be more aware of, rather than weight and inch loss.
Thank you so much, Mary, and thank you for being with us today and all the advice you've shared.
Well, thank you for having me on here, and I hope that some of the nuggets that I've dropped will be picked up by some of your listeners, and they will hit the road or just start working out, whether it's indoor or outdoor.
Thanks, Mary. And thank you all for watching. We hope you'll join us again next week. Until then, stay fit, stay well, stay healthy for life with Healthy Living for Life. Take care.
Healthy Living for Life is brought to you by Mountain Pacific Quality Health in partnership with AARP Montana. We'd love to hear from you. If you have suggestions for future programs, visit our website at mpqhf.org or call us at 406-443-4020. You can also catch us on YouTube by visiting our website and clicking on the Healthy Living for Life logo. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions.